Join me here in the studio is Rami Khouri, Senior Fellow at the Issam Fares Institute for Public Policy at the American University of Beirut. Very good to have you here with us. So, ISIL, they've suffered quite a loss in Dabiq. How important do you think this is in the bigger picture?
It's very important because this is a continuation of a trend that we've witnessed for, I would say, about the last 9 months or so, where finally all the local actors, the Kurds, the Turks, the Iraqi army, and others have been coordinating, and with American fighter jets and others, coordinating to gradually attack the ISIL locations and bases
so it shows
Iraq.
What can be done
Right.
if you can work together.
So they've been losing strategic towns for the last, I would say, 9 months or so in Iraq and in Syria. Dabiq is symbolically important to them because of the Sunni prophecy about this is where the end-of-time battle will be. But they've already preempted that, the ISIL people themselves, by saying, well, this isn't the end-of-time battle.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to ask you about that. I mean, if this is the end-of-time battle, it doesn't bode well for them, does it?
Yeah,
so they're already preparing for the next step.
Right, and they realize that they're going to get beaten, and they're retreating, apparently. I mean, there's two things interesting here. First of all, they're not putting up much resistance, so this may herald what happens in Mosul and Raqqa. Second thing is there's serious Turkish military involvement. Those two, I think, are very significant. But the ISIL people have been saying themselves that this is not the end-of-time battle at the end of time, but this is a kind of practice, or, you know, it's testing us to see how good we are as Muslims. Are we doing what we're supposed to do? This is their line. And they are obviously aware that they're going to get beaten, and many of them are retreating and not putting up any fight at all.
So we're having some successes on the battlefront, though there are so many players, right? From a diplomatic point of view, it's not going well. I mean, how do you meld the two?
Well, there's a big difference between fighting ISIL, which is happening now, and fighting to get rid of the Syrian government, the Assad regime. And these are two very different things, and they sometimes coincide and they sometimes contradict each other. So the Turks, for instance, are consistently saying they want to get rid of the Assad regime, but it's much more important for them to defeat ISIL and to prevent the Kurds from having contiguous territory in northern Syria. So the two things are going on at the same time. The battlefield conditions of ISIL is one thing. The relationship of various opposition groups that are fighting ISIL and might want to fight the Syrian government is another thing. And the third thing is you have this big global Russian-American confrontation, and you have the big regional powers, Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia primarily, all heavily involved in the fighting in Syria, some fighting ISIL, some not fighting ISIL, but fighting other people. So it's an incredibly complex situation, but there's really, these two things need to be clear. ISIL is one problem. The other problem that remains is the big fight between the Assad regime and its enemies who are trying to overthrow it.
Great. Rami Khouri, thank you.
Thank you.